Welcome to Tungal second PU online classes. Today we will discuss the force between multiple charges. This is another name is called as principle of superposition. Another name is called as what is here? Principle of superposition. What is the force between multiple charges? See there. First we understand the equation, derivation part, equation part. From this equation part we can give the what is a statement, then only we can understand the statement easily. Listen here, and consider as a system of three charges. System of three charges I am considering. One is the Q1, another one is the Q2, another one is the Q3. Three charges, 3 point charges I am considering. System of 3 point charges. One is the Q1, another one is the Q2, another one is the Q3. System of 3 point charges I am considering. Here, I want to find the force acting on a Q1 charge. The resultant force acting on a Q1 charge. On the Q1 charge, force acting due to Q2 charge and due to which charge here? Q3 charge. See there, we have three charges are there. One is the Q1, Q2, Q3. I want to find the resultant force acting on the Q1 charge. Resultant force acting on the which charge here? Q1 charge. Here on the Q1 charge, the force acting due to Q2 charge, the force acting due to Q3 charge. Individual forces first we have to find here. Force acting on a Q1 charge due to Q2 charge we have to find. Force acting on a Q1 charge due to Q3 charge we have to find. Here add that one, that can use the resultant force. The resultant force acting on a Q1 charge is due to Q2 charge and Q3 charge. We have to write here. Right. First of all, I am writing here. First equation I am writing here, the force on Q1, the force on Q1 charge due to Q2 charge. The force on Q1 charge due to Q2 charge can be written as the here F12 bar, force acting on a Q1 charge due to Q2 charge, F12 bar. F12 bar can be written as a here 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R12 square into R12 cap. Yesterday written vector form of, in the last class we have written the vector form of the Coulomb's law. That is we have written here F12 bar is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R12 square into R12 cap. Here R12 is the distance between this is R12 is the distance between what is here Q1 and Q2 is there. Here that is taken as what is here distance between the Q1 and Q2 is taken as R12. So F12 bar is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R12 square into R12 cap. This is we are written here. Force on Q1 due to Q2. Similarly, the force on Q1 charge. Here I want to find the force acting on a Q1 charge due to Q2 charge, force acting on a Q1 charge due to Q3 charge. Now the force on Q1 charge due to Q3 charge can be written as the here that is I am writing the force. Here that force I am written as a F13 bar. F13 bar is equal to force acting on a Q1 charge due to Q3 charge. F13 bar is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q3 by R13 square into R13 cap. We can write like this. Right, this is a force acting on a Q1 charge due to Q3 charge. This is a force acting on a Q1 charge due to Q3 charge. Here only three charges are there. Means the force acting on a Q1 charge due to Q2 charge and Q3 charge. Now the resultant force. Now I want to find the resultant force. The resultant force on Q1 due to Q2 and Q3. Resultant force acting on a Q1 charge due to Q2 and Q3 I want to write here. That can be written as a F bar. Resultant force is equal to F bar is equal to I am written as a F12 bar plus F13 bar. F12 bar plus F13 bar. How we are writing this one? Here see there, the force between Q1 and Q2, that is suppose like charges we are considered, that is away from the charges. The force is acting away from the charges, that is F12 bar. The force between Q3 and Q3, that is away from the charges, F13 bar. Here F12 bar and F13 bar are the two vectors. That two vectors is form the parallelogram. Parallelogram means this is I am construct the one parallelogram. This is gives the resultant vector. Resultant vector any in the parallelogram according to the parallelogram law of vectors. Here resultant vector can be written as suppose a bar comma b bar is the two vectors means resultant vector r bar is equal to a bar plus b bar. We can write like this. Similarly, the resultant vector f bar can be written as a f12 bar plus f13 bar. That is vectors from we are writing. This is I am writing from the parallelogram law of vectors. Here so there f bar is equal to f12 bar plus f13 bar. This is the resultant force on Q1 due to what is here Q2 and Q3. This is I am writing from the parallelogram law of vectors. So the resultant force can be written as f bar is equal to here F12 bar. F12 bar is equal to already we know that 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by what is here R12 square into R12 cap plus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Here what is here Q1 Q3 by R13 square into R13 cap. We can write like this. This is the resultant force acting on the Q1 charge. This is we are writing. Now this is a equation we are writing for only system of 3 charges. How many charges are considered here? System of 3 charges are considered. Suppose we are considering the n charges. How to write this equation? This is where only this equation is applicable for system of 3 charges. 3 charges means one charge we are considered, that is on the charge we have to find the resultant force means the forces acting, individual forces acting on a Q1 charge due to Q2 charge, individual forces acting on a Q1 charge due to Q3 charge. We have to find that one. Adding the two forces, that gives the what is a resultant force. That resultant force on Q1 due to Q2 and Q3 can be written as F bar is equal to F12 bar plus F13 bar. From this we are getting the resultant force when consider the 3 charges. This equation we have to generalize for how many charges here? N charges. Right. Now for n charges we are writing here equation. I am writing again here. I am removing this one. Here this equation generalized from n charges. N charges means here what is here? If a system is contained, if system contain n point charges, if a system is contained n point charges, n point charges are Q1 comma Q2 comma Q3 so on. What is here? So on. What is I am writing here? Q1 comma Q2 comma Q3 so on. Qn. N point charges is there. System is contained the n point charges. The force on Q1. I am writing here the force on Q1 due to Q2 comma Q3 comma what is here Q4 so on Qn R. The forces acting on a Q1 charge we are writing here. The forces acting on a Q1 charge can be written as F12 bar. This is due to Q2 charge. Next, what is I am writing here? F13 bar. This is due to Q3 charge. F14 bar. This is due to Q4 charge. So on F1n bar. We can write like this. Right. These are the forces acting on a Q1 charge due to Q2 charge, Q3 charge, and Q4 dash Qn charges can be written as F12 bar, F13 bar, F14 bar, so on F1n bar. We can write like this. Now from this we have to write the resultant force. We have to write here the resultant force on Q1 charge. We are writing here the resultant force on Q1 charge. Resultant force on Q1 charge. Q1 charge. The resultant force on Q1 charge due to Q2, Q3, Q4, so on Qn. That is resultant force I am writing here. F bar is equal to the resultant force can be written as the F bar is equal to F12 bar plus F13 bar plus F14 bar plus so on F1n bar. We can write like this. Suppose 3 charges are there. Here two forces are acting on each one charge, that is the resultant force can be written as F bar is equal to F1 bar plus F1 bar. We can write like this. Here system of n charges consider. The resultant force acting on a charge can be written as F bar is equal to F12 bar plus F13 bar plus F14 bar plus so on F1n bar. We can write like this. So from this we are writing here the resultant force acting on a Q1 charge due to n number of charges can be written as F bar is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. F12 bar can be written as Q1 Q2 by R12 square into R12 cap. You can write like this. Plus here what is here 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Here Q1 Q3 by R13 square into R13 cap. Plus 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Q1 Q4 by R14 square into R14 cap. Plus so on 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Here Q1 Qn by R1n square into R1n cap. We can write like this. This is resultant force we are writing. Now from this here we take the 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught is take the common 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught or Q1 by 4 pi epsilon naught to take the common. Here what is I am writing here? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Here Q1 also common is there. Q1 by 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught take the common. Remaining we are writing here sigma I equal to 2 to n. I equal to 2 to n. 2 to n. What is I am writing here? Remaining Q1 Qi by R1 I square into R1 I cap. We can write like this. See there, when expand this one, we are getting the, this is here only 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught take the common. Right, remaining we can write this equation, we can write like this. See there, in this equation, when expanding this one, we can get like this. We can get this equation. See there, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, I equal to 2 substitute here. I equal to 2 substitute means Q1 Q2 by R12 square into R12 cap. First equation, first what is there? First equation we can get here. Here sigma means plus, we can put the plus in between them. Next we can expand this one, I equal to 3 we can take. Next I equal to 3 means 1 by 4 by epsilon naught, that is multiplication is there. As usual we are getting here Q1 Q3 by R13 square into R13 cap. When expanding this one, we can get this equation. That's the reason we are writing here F bar is equal to 1 by 4 by epsilon naught, sigma I is equal to 2 to n, Q1 Qi by R1I square into R1I cap. We can write that this is a resultant force expression due to system of the what is here n number of the charges. Right? When system of n number of charges we are taken, here resultant force formula 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught sigma I is equal to 2 to n Q1 Qi by R1I square into R1I cap. We can write this is a resultant force expression due to system of the n charges. Right here, now from this we can understand what is the statement of the force between the multiple charges or principle of superposition. Here, what is the statement here? See the statement here, the resultant force on any charge. The resultant force on which charge here? Any charge. Any charge means Q1 charge. The resultant force on any charge. System of 3 charges I am taking here, using that I am explaining. Now, the resultant force on any charge means the resultant force on Q1 charge I am taking. Resultant force on any charge due to number of other charges. Number of other charges means Q2 and Q3. N charges taken means Q2, Q3, Q4 dash dash Qn. Here, the resultant force on any charge due to number of other charges is the vector sum of all the forces acting on that charge. Here, vector sum of all the forces are acting on that charge means the resultant force acting on a Q1 charge can be written as F bar is equal to, here we are written as a F12 bar plus F13 bar. See there. Here from this we are giving the statement here. The resultant force on any charge due to number of other charges is the vector sum of all the forces acting on that charge. Vector sum of all the forces are acting on that charge means on the Q1 charge the force is acting due to Q2 charge, the force is acting Q3 charge. That is, here force acting on a Q1 charge due to Q2 charge is F12 bar. Force acting on a Q3 charge due to Q1 charge is F13 bar. That we are adding. Vector sum means adding of that one. Here the resultant force on any charge due to number of other charges other charges is the vector sum of the all the forces acting on either charge due to other charges. Due to other charges means due to what is here Q2 charge and Q3 charge. That force, resultant force, can be written as F bar is equal to F12 bar plus F13 bar. Taken at one time. Taken at one time means we are adding the two forces using the parallelogram law of vectors. That is taken at the one time. The individual forces are unaffected due to presence of the other charges. Individual forces means the force acting on Q1 charge due to Q2 charge only. The force acting on Q1 charge due to Q3 charges only. The force between the Q2 and Q3 is not affected. Here in between Q2 and Q3, suppose we can consider the Q1 is we have to find the force acting on a Q1 charge. We have to find the force acting on a Q1 charge. The individual forces between Q2 and Q3 is what is there unaffected. That is neglected. That is unaffected means we are neglected. The individual forces are unaffected due to presence of the other charges. Similarly, for example, system of n charges are taken here. The force acting on a Q1 charge we have to find here. Force acting on a Q1 charge means we can add the force acting on a Q1 charge due to Q2 charge. Here force acting on a what is a Q1 charge due to Q3 charge. Force acting on a Q1 charge due to Q4 charge. Force acting on a Q1 charge due to Qn charge. We can add all the forces. But the individual forces, the force between the Q2 and Q3, the force between the Q3 and Q4, the force between the Q2 and Q5, like that. The individual forces acting in between the charges are what is there unaffected when taking the finding the when finding the force acting on a one particular charge. This is called as a force between the multiple charges. Force between this is called as a force between the multiple charges here. Means the force acting on a Q1 charge we have to find means here force acting on a Q1 charge means we have to find means force acting on a Q1 charge due to Q2 charge is taken. Force acting on a Q1 charge due to Q3 charge is taken. The force between the Q2 and Q3 is we are not taken. That is the meaning of this one here. The individual forces are unaffected due to presence of the other charges. Only the forces acting on a Q1 charge due to other charges only taken. The remaining forces acting in between the charges are not taken. Right, this is called as a force between the multiple charges here. Force between the multiple charges statement once again see there. The resultant force on any charge due to number of other charges is the resultant force on any charge due to number of other charges Q2 and Q3 can be written as the vector sum of the all the forces. Vector sum means plus. Vector sum of the all the forces acting on either charge due to other charges taken at one time. The individual forces are unaffected. Individual forces mean the force between the Q2 and Q3 is neglected. That is not affected when finding the force acting on a Q1 charge due to Q2 and Q3. This is called as a force between the multiple charges or principle of superposition. Means we have to find the force acting on one particular charge means the force between the individual charges is not affected. This is called as a force between the multiple charges or principle of the superposition. Right. Next we will discuss next concept is electric field. Right. Next concept is electric field. Right? What is the electric field? The region or space surrounded by an electric charge or group of charges. The region or space surrounded by an electric charge or group of charges. The region or space surrounded by an electric charge. Suppose one charge I am taken here. The region or space, this is I am taken capital Q charge method. Right? The region or space surrounded by an electric charge. The region or space surrounded by an electric charge or group of charges. Group of charges means here one charge taken. Group of charges mean Q1, Q2, Q3 like that. The region or space surrounded by an electric charge in which another charge, suppose I am placing the another charge here in this region. The another charge experiences a force. Suppose the charge here placing, this charge not experiences a force. Here and in this region only there is a effect of this charge is there. How much region surrounding of this charge that effect is there, that region is called as what is here electric field. Electric field means the region or space surrounded by an electric charge in which another charge experiences a force. Suppose in this region we are placing the one charge at any point we are placing the another charge. That charge is experiences a force due to this charge. That region, how much surrounding, how much space or how much region surrounding of the charge, that effect is there. That effect is called as what is here. That effect is there. That region is called as what is here? Electric field. Electric field means the region or space surrounded by an electric charge or group of charges in which another charge experiences a force. That region is called as what is here? Electric field. That is called as an electric field here. Right. Now, here we can define the source of charge. Next we can define the source of charge or source charge. What is mean by the source charge? Here, the next we can define the source of charge. Source of charge means the charge which produces the electric field. This is the one charge we have taken Q. This charge, Q charge, produces the electric field. Surrounding it can produce the electric field. The charge which produces the electric field, that is called as a source charge. Next, we can define the test charge. What is mean by the test charge? Suppose I am placing the here Q0 to charge. One is the Q0 I am taken. Test charge I am taken Q0 here. Another charge I am taken as a Q0. That Q0 charge I am placing in the what is here in the region of the discharge or the electric field of the discharge. This charge is experiences a force, right? The charge which experiences a force, the charge which experiences a force, the charge which produces the electric field, that is called as a source of charge. The charge which experiences the electric field, the charge which experiences the electric field, that is called as what is here? Test charge. Test charge means, here I am writing the definitions also here. See there. First, what is the electric field? Electric field means the region or space. The region or space surrounded by an electric charge. Surrounded by an electric charge or group of charges. The region or space surrounded by an electric charge in which another charge experiences a force. In which the region or space surrounded by an electric charge in which another charge experiences a force is called, which force here? Electric force. Experiences a force means electric force is called electric field. This is the definition of the electric field. Means any charge we have taken, the region or space surrounded by an electric charge in which another charge is I am placing the Q0, that experiences a force. That region surrounding of this charge, how much region that effect is there, and that is called as what is there? Electric field. Right, this is called as the electric field here. Now source charge. Source of charge here. Source of charge means the charge which produces the electric field. The charge which produces the electric field is called, the charge which produces the electric field is called what is here? Source of charge. That is called as a source of charge. Next, another one is the test charge. What is mean by the test charge here? The charge which experiences a electric force, the charge which produces the electric field is called as what is here? Source of charge here. Right? Now, the charge which experiences the the charge which experiences the a electric force due to electric field. Who is produces electric field? Source of charge produces electric field. Due to the electric field, the force is acting on the charge. One charge is there, that charge is called as a test charge. The charge which experiences electric force due to electric field produced by source of charge. Source of charge is called test charge. Means who is producing the electric field? Source of charge is producing the electric field. Who is experiences the electric field? That's electric field is experiences by which charge here? Test charge. Test charge is denoted with the Q naught. Source charge is denoted with Q. Capital Q is taken as a source charge. Here Q naught is taken as a test charge. This is the definition of the electric field and source of charge and test charge definitions. Means who is producing the electric field? That is called as source of charge. Who is experiences the electric field? That is called as a test charge. Right? These are the definitions for the electric field and what is here? Source of charge and test charge. Right? Next, we define here another physical quantity that is called as the intensity of electric field. What is meant by the intensity of electric field? Intensity of the electric field can be defined as the force experienced by unit positive test charge. Force experienced by the unit positive test charge. Here intensity of electric field is denoted with what is here? E bar. This is called as the force experienced by unit positive test charge. Directly I am writing here formula. The force experienced by unit positive test charge. The force experienced by unit positive test charge. That is I am written as E bar is equal to F bar by Q naught. The force experienced by unit positive test charge. Here E bar is equal to F bar by Q naught we are writing here. The force experienced by the unit positive test charge is called as the intensity of the electric field. E bar is equal to F bar by Q naught. Here see this Q charge is produces the electric field. Here another test charge I am placing here Q naught. This experiences the what is here electric field. Here this is a Q naught is experiences the electric field here. This is I am taken as a Q naught is equal to 1 coulomb. 1 coulomb means the force experienced by unit positive. Unit means 1. Unit positive test charge means 1 coulomb of charge we are taken here. From this we are writing here E bar is equal to F bar by Q naught. This is a definition for the intensity of the electric field. Intensity of the electric field can be defined as the force experienced by unit positive test charge. The force experienced by here unit positive test charge is called here intensity of electric field. Intensity of electric field. Right, this is a definition for the intensity of the electric field. The force experienced by unit positive test charge is called as the intensity of the electric field. Here E bar is equal to F bar by Q naught. Here this is a E bar is equal to F bar by Q naught means unit positive test charge means Q naught is equal to 1 coulomb is taken. Suppose Q naught is equal to 1 coulomb taken here, E bar is equal to F bar. Here means the force experienced by unit positive test charge is called as here intensity of the electric field. E bar is equal to formula F bar by Q naught. Now what is the, this is our intensity, F is a, what is a vector quantity, E bar also, what is here, intensity of the electric field also, which quantity here, vector quantity, because F bar is a vector quantity, so E bar also vector quantity. What is the SI unit of this one? The SI unit is, here the force unit is a Newton, charge unit is a Coulomb, Newton for Coulomb is a, here SI unit of the, what is a electric field, what is here, intensity, or this is called as a intensity of the electric field. We can call as two names here, electric field intensity, generally we call as electric field intensity or intensity of the electric field, that can be defined as the force experienced by unit positive test charge is called as intensity of the electric field. Here force not experienced by what is a source charge. Source charge is produces the electric field. But who is experiences the electric force here? Who is experiences electric force means unit positive test charge experiences the force. What is their electric force here? Means due to the electric field, force is acting on a test charge. That's the reason we are saying that the force experienced by unit positive test charge is called as a, here what is the intensity of the electric field. Here E bar is equal to F bar by Q naught. Here E bar is a vector quantity. The SI unit is what is here, Newton for Coulomb. Okay, now next we can find the expression for intensity of electric field due to, here we have to find the expression for intensity of electric field due to an isolated point charge. Isolated point charge. What is meant by the isolated point charge? Isolated means single point charge. See there. Now I am taken as this is the isolated point charge. Right? That is I am taken as a point A. Now this is I am taken at the point O. At the point O I am taken as isolated point charge Q. From this, at the R distance, at the point P, I want to find the intensity of the electric field. Here we have to find the intensity of the electric field due to isolated point charge, due to Q charge at the point P. Now for this, we have to place at the point P, one is a test charge Q naught. Here surrounding of this Q charge, here surrounding of this Q charge, here in this region surrounding of this capital Q charge, capital Q is called as a source charge. Surrounding of the Q charge, there will be electric field is there. In this electric field, I am placing the test charge. That test charge is experiences a force. Why experiences a force means this is capital Q is called as a source charge. Isolated point charge is acting like a source charge. This source charge is produces an electric field. Due to the electric field, on the Q naught charge, force is acting here. Now, here from this we are writing here on the Q naught charge, the force is acting. Here that force can be written as, according to the Coulomb's law, the force acting on a Q naught charge due to Q charge can be written as F is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Here Q naught by what is here, R square. We can write like this. This is the force between the two charges according to the Coulomb's law. Now here we have to write the intensity of the electric field. Now this is a vector quantity. The magnitude form we are writing. Magnitude form means E is equal to F by what is here, Q naught. E is equal to F by Q naught we are writing here. This is the intensity of the electric field. Can be defined as E is equal to F by Q naught. This is also magnitude form only. Now this is given to the equation number 1. This is given to the equation number 2. Now here what is here equation? What is here 1? Substitute in equation 2. We get here intensity of the electric field due to the point charge can be written as E is equal to we are written as F bar by Q naught. F is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q naught by R square by Q naught. Here Q naught what is here? Cancel. So here electric field intensity E is equal to, we are getting as a 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R square. This is a magnitude form. Suppose we are writing the vector form. Vector form can be written as a, here vector form I am writing here, vector form can be written as E bar is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r square into r cap. This is I am writing as a vector form. Here what is the r cap? Here r cap is a unit vector in this direction from q to o to p. In this direction the unit vector is taken as a r cap. Along this line joining from o to p we are taken as a unit vector is a r cap. So that is a r cap is a unit vector that is acting along the line joining of the here o to p is there. Along the o to p the unit vector is taken as a r cap. So from this we are written as a vector form E bar is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r square into r cap. When writing the vector form we can consider the unit vector. Here this is only magnitude. This is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r square represents the only magnitude form. When writing the vector form we can consider as a unit vector. Right. This is the intensity of the electric field we are finding in what is here air, medium or free space. Means these two charges are I am placing in the vacuum or air. That is we are getting the formula E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r square. Now in medium how to write these equations? Now E is equal to 1 by, this is the electric field intensity in the medium I am writing. In medium what we have to write here? Here magnitude form first I am writing here. In the medium can be written as a here 1 by 4 pi, in the place of the epsilon naught we are coming as epsilon into what is here q by r square. Right, epsilon is a permittivity in the medium, epsilon naught is the permittivity in the free space. Now here E medium can be written as, this is another way we know that 1 by 4 pi into k epsilon naught into q by r square. Right, this is in the medium. Now in the air already we know that in the air already formula E air is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into q by r square. This is in the, what is there, air or free space. This is in the medium. Now this is in the medium electric field intensity of the electric field formula E medium is equal to 1 by 4 pi k epsilon naught into q by r square. In the air 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into q by r square. Now from this we are writing here, we have to find here E air by E medium. Now first we have to find the E air by E medium. E air means what we know that here 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, here what is there q by r square by 1 by 4 pi k epsilon naught into q by r square. Here q by r square cancel, epsilon naught 4 pi cancel. Now what we are getting here, E air by E medium is equal to k. Right, from this we can give the definition for dielectric constant also. Now here what is here, that is the definition for the dielectric constant can be defined as the ratio of electric field intensity in the air to the electric field intensity in the medium. The ratio of these two is called as a dielectric constant. Okay, we can stop here. We will continue in the next class. We will discuss the here what is the electric lines of force, what is the properties of the electric lines of force. We will discuss in the next class. Okay, thank you.